So here's a little update on my workshop. We have the last 3 poles already put in. I did that earlier this week, and I got them finished a couple days ago, so they've had several days to nice and settle and harden so we can start working on them. And now I've been refining my design. This is mostly a video talking about the updated design, but I'm also going to be putting a 2x12 band around the top to help keep everything up. Oh, and the last pole in the middle, that one, I hit something at 2.5 feet down. I thought it was angle iron like over here, but it turned out to be cast iron. I was like digging through a frying pan or a piece of an old stove, but either way, I was able to break through it and actually get that to be the right depth. So that is also 3.5 feet. Actually, that is the deepest hole, unfortunately. So in the excitement of finally getting through that piece of metal, I dug down a bit too much, and so that one's actually like an inch shorter than the other one, which is that corner. So instead of having the entire building be shorter, I think what I'll do is I'll just have like a 1-inch piece of 4x4 added on top of that, and probably take like a railroad bolt and just drive it through it if I need, or just a big nail. But to be honest, I don't think 1 inch is really going to matter because most of the weight is going to be on the 2x12s. At least that's my theory. So I have a 2x12 band around the top. I got myself 4 16-footers, 2 12-footers, and then 2 8-footers. The 8-footers actually go between these 2 posts right here, and then that helps hold up the loft, because otherwise it's going to be kind of like flopping like that. And then 16-footer on the back, 16-footer on the front. 16 and 12-footer makes exactly 28 feet, and 16-footer and 12-footer make exactly 28 feet. So hopefully I won't have to actually cut very much on this. And then I have a beam from the Red Rooster Inn, which I believe is like a 2x14 or 2x16, that I believe is about 15 feet long, so I'm happy to use that. So I have 2 pieces of really big wood holding up the front. But now into the design. So I've updated the design a good amount, and I fixed what a lot of you guys have suggested was bad. So first off, I had this, and I've gotten rid of these X pieces, and I've gotten rid of these X pieces also, in favor of having this. So now there's a direct piece of wood holding up each main truss. Whoops, come on. There we go. So either a truss is directly onto a 4x4, or it is directly onto like the upside down B shape between the 4x4s. I think that has a lot of stability. I've gotten a lot of input about the structural integrity of these pieces of the roof, and looks like this will actually be a very nice design. I've had it approved by a couple people who are very good at building buildings, and so yeah, I'm going to probably keep to this design. Now for the front, I've changed a few things. Well, okay, for the very front, here's those 2 boards I was talking about. I feel like the structure is kind of vulnerable not having a post in the middle, so 2 2x12s will be good enough, I think. But most of all, I have switched to using scissor trusses on the very front for the loft, and then still using regular trusses on the other part. And I've also added these, so we have these side trusses, or these braces. Oh, and evidently these are called rat runs. I'm not really sure. But my friend Tony, who actually owns a construction company, said to do those a lot, so that's a good idea too. And so each truss will have these pieces on them. So here's how that looks for the front, and then we have that and that for the main trusses. That's pretty good. Now this is what I'm talking about for the bands around the top. I have these 2x12s, which actually have changed the design a little bit. Oh darn, I just realized. I had to go back and I reverted the changes. So I've moved these to the outside of the wood. That's a real shame. Well, let's see if I can open it up. Here we go. So I experimented with adding some overhang, and honestly I don't know if I really need it that much. And I think it makes it look kind of derpy, but I don't know. I want you guys' opinion on this because it's interesting, so I don't really know how I feel about that, but this is how the wood will look. On the outside, we'll have 16-footer, 12-footer, 16, 12, 16, and 16. So that's pretty much it. That's the updated design. I would love to hear what you guys think, and yeah, I just want to hear what you guys think. These will be a lot more spacious, and one thing I'm thinking about is actually having, like, you know how a library has like one of those movable ladders? I'm thinking this side should be all workbench, and then I'll have storage up top, and I can have like one of those movable ladders to go across, so I can actually move the ladder back and forth to get things out of storage. I don't know, it's just an idea though, and I think this is a refined and makes more sense plan than what I had before. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Please let me know what you guys think, and hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching. See ya.